Hey guys, it's Marvin here, back with another video. Another another video starting with me saying sorry it's been so long since I last uploaded. I think I really would just want to take a moment to apologize to myself for really be lacking on the uploads. I tell myself that I want to be consistent with the uploads, have a regular schedule, maybe once or twice a week, have a video up for you guys, but I've just been really giving myself excuses, telling myself that I've been too busy and I can't be bothered, but yeah, I just want to say sorry and I'm going to endeavor to do better. So for today's video, we're going to actually look at a subscriber demo. Normally, I look at pro demos and I like to give my thoughts, review their play, talk about the pro CS scene, and I also like to chuck in um, some of my own demos, review my own demos, if share something that's happened to me in game or what I feel about the game. Just chill generally, have a nice little chat about CS and stuff like that. But for today, I'm going to try a new type of video, which is a subscriber demo. So one of my subscribers, Fabrizio Gonzalez, has sent me his demo for me to review, and so I'm going to do a demo review of a one of you guys. So that's one of my aims for this channel, is kind of build a bit of a community to share, to talk about CS, to kind of help each other, because that's the aim of this channel for me, is self-improvement in CS and other areas maybe. But for today's video, we're looking at Fabrizio from Latin America, whose rank is Silver Elite, and he has 500 hours in CS, and he's come across from Valorant. I think he started playing Valorant, and now he wants to get into CS, and he wants to improve, which I think is great. It should be commended, and I'm going to review his demo, trying to give him some tips to help improve. But also, I want to make sure that this video is for everyone. So I want to keep it entertaining as much as possible, and I want to help. I want these tips to be specific to Fabrizio, because I do want to help him, but I also want to help the everyone else. I want this video to be applicable to everyone. So everyone wants to improve at CS. Well, that's not true, but for those of you that do, I want this video to be for you guys. So yeah, a little bit about Fabrizio. He says his favorite player is Jax, and it, his Steam name in this game is Jax. His favorite team is G2, so pretty good team. Hopefully they do well. They look like they might um, make a deep run in the upcoming major. As you can see, I've made a couple of videos about G2. Jackson recently made a Jax video. Check that one out if you haven't already. And I just want to say thanks again to Fabrizio for sending me his demo. I'm going to make some criticisms of his play. He's only just starting out in CS, so I want to make sure that if you're going to leave a comment, if you do the same thing, please. I want this to be an inclusive and supportive community for like-minded people that just want to talk about CS, enjoy the game, and get better, be about self-improvement. Anyway, let's hop into the demo. And as you can see, Jax in game. And let's look at the buy. So my first kind of thing I noticed when I watch this demo is that some of the buys are a a little weird. So he buys 2 flashes and keeps $400. So my first tip would be use all your money, especially in the pistol round. If you're gonna buy with your team. Pistol round, you're always gonna buy. So you may as well buy up everything you can. I would say buy a smoke. If you're gonna buy nades, you you definitely want a smoke. Unless you have a specific kind of tactic that you're gonna run with some teammates, just buy a smoke. If you're gonna buy 2 flashes, there's no reason not to. A well-placed smoke can win you a round. Maybe a flash can get you into the bomb site, but a good smoke can win you the round. So make sure to use like take advantage of the economy and and use your utility. So this is this flash is not going to work. It doesn't blind anyone. He's going to throw another one. This one also doesn't really work, but he's just running out there. And that's good, you know. Running out there, buying the 2 flashes was good for nothing really. He kind of first one didn't even go anywhere, just bounced in the corner. Second one I don't think blinded anyone either, but once he did throw those 2 flashes, he got out there quick and took space. So that's good. Well played so far. Jumps up on the ticket, sees this guy walking up, and now we're in the 4v1. So it should be pretty easy. Playing your CT, and I think they're just going to hunt down the last frag. So like I said, this is a silver game, so some of the aim and the tactics and you're going to notice that it's not the highest level in terms of skill, but I guess that's one of the things that I want to bring to the attention of people watching this, is that so he wrote to me how he thinks that his region silver is kind of, you know, busted or something, and this is something that kind of exists. Okay, again we're gonna, at least this one made it out, but these flashes, even though, okay, so this is the first one that you've actually successfully thrown, it's not even a good flash in the first place. In fact, let's watch this round again. So I think it's Kevin on the site. So he's the only one on the site. So let's see if he actually gets blind by these flashes, because this is who he's trying to flash. He's trying to flash the site guy, and see, no, he doesn't get blind. If anything, you just blind your teammate number 6 here, and he's running out full blind. So, you know, what are you, number 7, number 8? Yeah, there we go, number 8. So that's my first kind of tip, is review your own demos and review your own utility. So just, you know, just as a tip for you to learn how to kind of demo review. Okay, so this also an interesting play. I remember this. You had the bomb, you stop planting, and then you decide you want to stop planting and just clear the CT in the 2v2. Hopefully your teammates communicating, but sometimes, you know, it's a matchmaking game, so the comms can't be the best, so you might not know about where the 2 players are. But I think regardless of the communication in the anti-force buy round, you just want to get the bomb down. Clearing CT doesn't really accomplish much, and you just leave your teammate here to fight, because you still haven't taken the bomb site. Once you get the bomb down, your teammate can fall back into a safer position like A main, and you can then take CT, and then you can play the post plant. So then the CTs need to push you, but until you get the bomb down successfully, you're kind of asking a lot of your teammate here to to kind of fight on his own. And yes, you can say like yes, you can say you didn't know that it was clear because of the comms, but I think just get the bomb down and try and play as much with your team, even if you don't have the best communication. So that's another tip. But yeah, like I was saying, he said how like Silver's like so hard in his region. It's the ranks don't make, you know, there's Smurfs and everyone's so good in his in at his rank, even though it's Silver. And my comments to that is that it shouldn't matter, you know? Okay, so we're on the B rush. Spray control. Okay, so you see how you crouch walking to the left while you're spraying here? Like, it just adds inaccuracy. If you want to take the duel, take the duel. This is a very exposed position, but you want to at least have your bullets be accurate. And you barely hit that guy. Maybe you hit him once. This is also a pretty exposed place. It's in a 4v1 and you know the last guy's market, so it's not such a big deal. But just a mechanics type thing, stand still when you shoot, that's pretty simple. But yeah, like I said, it's pretty common for for people to be like whinging about their rank and about how it's so hard and blah blah blah. Yeah. And the point is that okay, taking an early duel here in apps, the guys run up and we kill this guy pretty easily. And my point is that it shouldn't really matter. Like, if anything, you want to play against good players, because that's how you learn. Is you learn by playing against good players. If you're playing against bad players, even though when you're not so good, you're just gonna learn bad habits playing against bad players. So you want to be good. I mean, you want to be playing against good players. Obviously, you want to be good, but to get good, you need to learn how to play. Okay. So that kind of thing. That kind of thing where you just not clearing everything, just jumping out. This guy just whiffs everything, you jumping across his screen. That shouldn't happen. Like you're getting away with things that you shouldn't be. So the best way to learn is to kind of fail and to learn from it. So that was kind of good crosshair placement. You did kind of rushed it a little bit, but you had a kind of an inkling of where the kind of fights could come through, and the crosshair was pretty good, I would say. Like, it could have been a little bit higher, aim at the head height, but you gave it a good go in the 2v1. Killing that first guy, I mean, he should have killed you in the back and it shouldn't even got to the 1v1. But my point is, don't worry about the rank. At the end of the day, it's just pixels. Doesn't mean anything. Your rank, you know, you should be just focusing on yourself and your own game and your own skill, and just wanting to improve. So the best way to improve, like I said, is play against good players, and then you know, see where see what your mistakes are, see where you know, see what's causing you to lose and what's causing you to win, and the best way to do that is just to review your own demos. So you fought this guy forever in the apps, just with a deagle, probably stuck around with too long. This guy's at the advantage at the end of apps. You know, he's got a rifle here. It's a very narrow cohort. You might get a lucky one dig, but once you don't get the initial fight that you're looking for. Okay, somehow it's a 2v1. This guy's got a 3k. Hear him on the site. Here's a footstep. Nice headshot. Okay, 4K. Good clutch by Soviet soldier guy. But yeah, that's my kind of spiel about the ranks. Yeah, you're probably right that the ranks are kind of like messed up and they're smurfs, and you know there are good players in silver. I mean, technically I'm a silver and I have 4,000 hours, so it's probably not fair when I jump in a game. But it doesn't really matter in terms of what rank you are. It's more about your skills and about improving and about enjoying the game as well. Remember, this game you play it for fun. And yes, winning's fun, but you know, and you don't want to be up against people where you feel like you have no chance. But the best way to fight that isn't to whinge about the ranking system. Yeah, it's probably, maybe you're right. Maybe the ranks are busted, but the best way to improve. Okay, now we're in the 2v1. 1v1. Flash out the window. Pretty sure you don't know where this guy is, but he's in the Okay, and we just kind of swing out and kill him with the MAC-10. Pick up the AK. Should be probably dropping your teammate. You got a scout and a Glock. 2 scouts. Yeah, you have 5k. You should probably be dropping that AK to a teammate. And you get 1 digged. So for that, you're kind of ready for it, but not ready. Not really. You know, the best way to get better at your aim is just crosshair placement. I would say that's the #1. Okay, that was a bit all over the place, that kind of aim. The bullets went all kind of around. Like, you did good damage, I guess. You brought that guy low. But you definitely could have had some better spray control there. So you should also be noticing that this yes kill person, whatever his name is, yes kill. He likes to jump into the apartments. It's a couple times you've seen him. You've gone to fight him in the apartments, but now we're AWPing. So that's the other thing he mentioned. He said he was AWPing and then he felt like he was inconsistent with the AWP. So he switched to the AK. I would say just stick to one thing, just stick to one playstyle. Okay, this guy just comes running into A main with no utility, no nothing, with a shotgun. That's a very easy kill. I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying when you're playing against bad players, you develop bad habits, because that's kind of not the angle you should be holding there. You should be holding the stairs cross. That's a nice flick. Hit that flick. But you should be watching the CTs try and cross across the stairs, this kind of angle here, rather than coming up here and kind of holding this close angle with an AWP. It's not really, you're looking for the opening pick. Yes, technically you got it, but the reason you got it is because your opponent, made a terrible play with a shotgun. If he had a teammate throw a flash, you were dead there. So these are the types of things you should be thinking about when you're when you're watching your own demo, and I really suggest that another good way to improve is just to watch your own demos. So tip one would be play against good players as much as possible, and especially don't whine about playing against good players. And tip two would be review your own demos. See where once you get a good game where you play against some good competition and you feel like it was a high level match. Okay, we get this guy pushing up, kind of lurking into the apartments. 2v2. That's kind of unfortunate. Really, I don't know. That's the type of death where you're like, why is he there? Why is he in T-apps with the bomb with an AWP while his other teammates are on the B side? But I mean, you got it. So 2v1. Okay. What are you doing here? You had the AWP. If you held that for another second, you would have just had an easy kill. He would have walked into your scope. If you got the AWP, use it. Especially in the post plant. It's an incredibly powerful weapon in the post plant because they just, it's a one-hit kill weapon and you can hold an angle, and they have to push you. They have to walk into an angle. So if you're holding this angle and he just rounds a corner, round's over. So don't be switching to the deagle. Don't be running around the map like an idiot. Use the weapon how it's supposed to be used, and that means holding an angle. I mean, maybe you see in the pros, you see some flashy flicks and whatever from Simple and the like, but most of the time you just see AWPers holding angles because that's how the weapon's supposed to be used. Not switch to their deagle, their sidearm, so that they can throw the 2v1. And please don't lose this round. Please switch to the AWP. Okay.
Diffusing. Oh no.
Okay, well, you won it, but he killed you both and you lost both weapons there. But we rebuy the AWP. This guy wants you to drop him the AWP, and we give it to him. He's got the spawn.
Go, go, go. Deploying flashbang.
And it doesn't work out. He gets killed by FAMAS. Now they're pushing. And again, that aim is a bit all over the place. So my third tip on how to improve is practice. I know it's not what everyone likes to hear, is that the tip to success is hard work, but unfortunately it's the case. I watched this video, I saw this video the other day. I wish I could remember who it was by. I'll put a link in the description, but it was like how to get from like rank 1, like how to get from level 1 to level 10 in FACEIT or something like that. And pretty much oh yeah, it's like how to get to level 10 in FACEIT in 6 months. And it was quite funny, I thought, because it was basically the video just said, yeah, practice every day for 5 hours or something, or 8 hours. Spend every day, treat it like a full-time job, and yeah, you're gonna get really good. And obviously, yeah, I feel like that's kind of obvious. I think everyone knows that if you want to get good at something, spend a lot of time doing it, and be really diligent and disciplined, and do it every day. And it's funny to me because it's not like there's some trick to it. Like, I guess it's true. I agree with it. I mean, if you spend every day, especially with targeted practice, and, you know, reviewing your mistakes and trying to improve upon them, and yeah, practicing a lot, yeah, you are going to get very good. But I thought there might be a, you know, like a little trick or something that he has, but it's um, unfortunately the trick is okay. We push in CT. You played that quite well actually. You know, taking the aggro, taking the contact from the guys pushing where your teammate set up the kind of crossfire, and then you double peeked and you made that very difficult on the CTs pushing into you. That's kind of yeah, it's quite well played, and that's kind of the advantage of being in the post plant. Being in the post plant, you can dictate the fights, whereas that's why I kind of wanted you just to get in that early round when you on the anti-force buy, just get the bomb down because it just makes life so much easier. But anyway, 3 and 9, got the M4 saved. Again, this guy's up in the apartments, and we're ready for him this time. This time you had the better weaponry, and this time you had the rifle, and this time and then, you know, this time you see a different result. You winning the round, I mean. Okay, so you know the AWP is there. He just fired a shot. You heard him. 3v2. Don't have the bomb. You've left it in the TAPS. That's unfortunate. But, you know, this guy doesn't know it. So, what shouldn't you do? Is you've got a full belt of utility. A smoke, a flash, an nade. Place your bets. Do you reckon we use the nades and play the round safely and play the post plant, or do you reckon we just peek the AWP and die? What do you reckon? Because one way is the correct way, and one way is not the correct way. And that's not the correct way to play that. And is 9 going to do the same thing? Or was it 8? This guy? At least he threw a smoke. Yep, same exact mistake. Leaving it into the Soviet soldier to clutch. 2v1, let's see if he can clutch it out. Against 2 AWPs. He swings out, and this time he actually gets... Luckily, he gets a good timing on when he wasn't holding it. But if he was just holding that exact same angle, he would have got 3 easy kills on T's just peeking him for no good reason. But Soviet soldier in the clutch, he's got a smoke. Wait, he's 23 and 6. Holy shit. Okay, so he's really carrying. And against the 4 and 12 guy, so this he's not even gonna. He's just saving the AWP, it looks like. Well done, Soviet soldier. Big carry, big clutch. That's 2 rounds he's kind of saved for you. But we press on. 10 to 3. We're 13 and 9 at the moment. Let's see how it goes.
Deploying flashbang. Grenade out. Flashback. Smoke. Throwing fire. Deploying flashbang. Smoke. Throwing fire.
Again, we're going to throw this flash. This burning. Yikes, that's ugly. Yeah. That's just another whiff spray. You could definitely use some practice in terms of your aim. Practice your spray control. Just practice just your aim in general. you're like switching between targets.
Throwing flashbang.
You know, make sure to warm up, use aimbots or something. So it's a very obvious what, like, yeah, that was, you sprayed 2 full clips and you didn't move, you didn't reposition, and that's just an easy kill, spraying behind that smoke. Yeah. Shouldn't really be just randomly spraying through smokes in the first place, especially in like a narrow choke point like that. It's very easy for the CTs to shoot back and kill you, and then you made it even easier by just staying there after you've spammed 2 mags. So trying to think about your positioning on the map and how the CTs would kind of perceive that. So like this kind of position is a very common place to get naded and mollied deep in the apps behind a smoke, and you're just standing there giving away your position and for no gain really. So overall, not so bad. You're up 10 to 5, so we've got 13 frags, feeling good. Soviet soldiers with the big carry so far. And we're on to the CT side.
We're going in. Throwing a flashbang.
And we're going to play the B side.
Oh yeah.
Here, a couple of footsteps in apps. Felt like
I am planting the bomb.
could have reacted a little sooner. There was you saw him run past the second guy on the B side. Yep. We figured it out, but it's a 1v3 now. We got the old run everywhere and win your gunfight strategy out of the T side, and it works out.
Grenade out. Smoke. Throwing a flashbang. Grenade.
Okay, we spammed this guy down with the deagle. It felt like he went down a little easily, but that's okay, I guess. We got a kill with the deagle. I guess we can feel good about that. Into the buy round. So we got an M4, flash, smoke, nade.
Killing house anymore.
One kit on the 2 kits on the team. Sorry.
Smoke. Flashbang.
And we're gonna play short.
Fire in the hole. Get the bomb.
Again, you're really overcorrecting with the with your mouse. You're really flicking kind of too far a lot of the time, or you're not very precise in the aim. And that's just going to take some practice, really. You're just gonna before you play a game, I'd just suggest, yeah, get into an aimbot server or a deathmatch or something, and just practice your aim, practice being precise, practice flicking. I know Fabrizio said in his message to me that, you know, he's about his gear, about his mouse pad, and about his PC isn't so great. Playing around this triple box for the deagle. Yeah, probably just best to fall back once you've kind of been spotted a few times and you haven't landed any shots. But you know, it is just a eco round, so I'm not gonna be too critical. But yeah, about the gear, I mean, about the PC and stuff, as long as you got a good enough PC to just play the game, which I think you do, yeah, it should be okay. The mouse pad, you know, just get a new one. They should be cheap, you know, you can get a cheap one. Doesn't have to be anything special. Obviously there will be some benefit in getting some good quality gear, some good quality a good quality PC and whatever, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. There's a lot to improve before you need a better PC and stuff to get better at the game. That round, you kind of do the same thing where you're not really holding anything. You're just kind of playing around this, you know, this area. You're not really picking up mid. You're not really spotting anything, and you can't really stop the B rush. They flood onto the B site a bit too easily, and then you kind of stuck there, and you go down pretty easily. So again, I could say the fourth thing I would say to get better is, okay, so you spot that guy. Pretty sure you were still moving when you shot that guy mid. I mean, yeah, I kind of, like, it wasn't the worst thing. You had the deagle, you're moving around, taking some shots. Just be careful with the counter strafing and stuff. Make sure you're fully stopped so that so the shots are accurate. But again, you're playing at this position, which is quite hard to play this kind of position. You're playing the short position, not a lot of support. You know, you kind of want to be more playing with your team a little bit. Yeah, so the fourth thing I would say is just, yeah, watch professional demos. If you want to play short on Mirage as a CT player, watch some pros on see how they play it. See how they react to certain things. See what angles they hold, what peaks they go for, how they react to certain information and stuff. That's also going to help you just get an idea of how you're supposed to play the spots, because like the short players really got to be someone that can get a lot of info for your team and communicate, rotate around. And you've just left the B site in a 3v1, and you're gonna give this guy a bomb plant. Hopefully you don't lose this round. No, got him. It's 11-11. Make a wish. Okay, we're playing A now. Much switched up the spots. Looks like we're playing double. Like two around this connector position. This big high flash. Again, you want to be reviewing your utility again. So think about what you're trying to achieve with this flash, and did it actually blind anyone? Throwing one high up here, it's not really going to blind anyone. You want to kind of be throwing it towards where the T's are throwing. So maybe like a Tetris flash that pops around here. You know, make sure you're blinding some players using your utility effectively, because you know, what's the point of throwing it? You may as well just keep your gun out. If you're just throwing it just to throw it. The guy was in the smoke. 3v1 though, it's no big deal. On to the next round. Back to the bomb site, B bomb site. This is a better position. Playing this van position, you know, you
Throwing flashbang.
can just shoot down this choke point.
Throwing a grenade.
20 seconds around, you've thrown all your nades.
Throwing fire.
That's alright, I guess. Kind of want to hang on to your utility if you're going to be playing this anchor position, but we also don't want to be. I guess you've lost some teammates on the A side, so you got to rotate one. You hear one in the window right now running around. You get that kill. It's a 1v3 though.
I am planting the bomb.
And let's look at the money. This should be a safe. I know it's matchmaking, you don't really want to have to be saving, you want to just go for the fights and win them. This guy comes running through CT. That's a free kill. But you should be making making high percentage plays that win in the long run. Okay, kill that guy. I think you had a flash still, or a smoke, which you could have used to cross. Seeing as you did go for that, but it's really just a save in that position. The 1v3 bomb down. You know, you only really made it into 1v1 because the first guy just threw his life away by running like that, and then the second guy kind of whiffed on you a little bit. You know, this is what I'm saying when I say you want to be playing against good players, because they're going to punish your mistakes, whereas bad players, they're not sometimes. Sometimes you're going to get away with some stuff. You're going to win some rounds you shouldn't have, and you're not going to learn because you're going to get away with it, and you think, oh well, I won the round, so I didn't make any mistakes there.
Molotov.
2v2, 2v3, sorry. Retaking.
Grenade.
These little jiggles are good. Good crosshair placement. Didn't kind of react though when you saw that guy. And again, it's probably in the 2v3. Like you could have, as kind of a line ball, probably leaning towards save in that position as well. But yeah, if you want to go for it with your team, it's not a terrible decision.
Flashback. Burn. Throwing fire.
Wow, okay. You won that somehow.
Grenade. Throwing fire. Grenade out.
I think that guy shot like, I think he had a P90. He shot all the bullets at you, and you still kind of spammed the deagle with him.
Molotov.
Yeah, keep it at head height.
Grenade.
Okay. Got it. Unless you got got one on the eco round. 14-12.
Let's go. Throwing a flashback. Smoke. I'm throwing a flashback. Flashback. Throwing fire.
You hear a couple footsteps in the apartments at the moment.
I'm throwing a flashback. Throwing smoke. Burn.
Don't know why you're rotating off when you've heard them in apps, but
Throwing fire.
yeah. So I guess it's kind of a thing of communication and a thing of just being kind of aware of the angles of where they could be. So you just let him run up connector and kill your stairs player, and you also hear the one in apps, and you kind of just didn't watch any of those. You peeked the top mid, so when you're playing the short position, you kind of need to be watching these kind of angles. Yeah, you can take top mid fights, but you got to have a bit of kind of a game awareness, game sense about where the next fight is going to come from, and also just to be generally supportive to your teammates. And I would kind of suggest maybe not playing short. Play a. That's a nice shot there. At least you did come back to. Okay, Soviet soldier. Let's clutch us out, baby.
I am planting the bomb.
Holy shit, 37 rags. And he's done it, oh my god. Yeah, you should have lost this game. If it wasn't for Soviet soldier, you would have lost, I think.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
You know, win's a win.
Throwing fire. Throwing a flashback.
Yeah, I'd probably suggest in future games play like
Flashback. Deploying
kind of don't change it up too much. I think you're trying to do too much. Like you said, you're trying to entry, you're trying to lurk, you tried AWPing, you tried, you know,
throwing fire.
playing short. Now you're playing the B anchor, then you play A. Just learn how to do one thing okay, and stick to that, and then you can add on. Don't try and learn everything at once, because it's just gonna make it too hard for yourself, and you're gonna be way too inconsistent that way.
Throwing a grenade.
And probably, yeah, pick a different spot. I know sometimes in matchmaking stuff you don't always get the spots you want. Sometimes you've got to fill a spot, but
What in the clean?
I think it's just that's a thing of just being communicative. I think that's a word. Whatever. Communicate with your teammates about what spots you want to play, what spots you're good at, and if you don't really know how to play a spot, it's kind of on you to let your teammates know.
Laying down smoke.
That's a good nade. That's heavy damage. Good nade. And now we're kind of playing with our teammates as well, using our utility well. Now we're playing a bit closer, using this pillar. Good cover. This is a better play round. Okay, you get peeked by the deagle,
Throwing flashbang.
but you did good there. You did good. Good nade damage. Got a kill.
Carry out.
Can this guy clutch it out? He can! Oh my god! He clutches it out. Yeah. Wow. And again, it's like I said, on your same thing kind of happened on your T side. You just kind of keep peeking there, and you keep giving them chances to clutch. And now we're AWPing for the last round because we have lots of money. Yeah, this is kind of what I feel like I'm starting to repeat myself a little bit, but I guess it's okay. We're kind of learning the things you need to learn on, and it applies to everyone. It's just you know, you will start to recognize the same mistakes that you keep making. Again, you're holding this angle and you're letting this guy walk up mid, and he's probably going to walk up connector and shoot your teammates in the back.
Throwing fire.
You can see on the minimap. Same kind of things happening again. These angles and stuff, you're just not kind of catching anyone. You're not really watching anything.
Grenade.
Luckily,
Big fella.
your team doesn't go down, but
Grenade.
your teammate doesn't go down there. But
Throwing smoke.
definitely some things to work on.
Throwing a grenade.
But overall, like, not so bad. For 500 hours, it's pretty good. You're probably better than I was at 500 hours. But and the willingness to learn and get better is the kind of the best attribute you've got at the moment. So keep it up, and hopefully what I've said
Solid whop.
is helpful to you and to anyone watching. 25-23. Overall, pretty good game. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you guys like this. Yeah, I guess I'll have to think about if I do any more of these types of videos. Leave a comment if you'd like me to review one of your demos, and maybe I'll pick one from the comments. But yeah, thanks for watching, like I said, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.